So today we're gonna make brown butter, brown sugar, bourbon pound cake. You see the flour that went down already? That's the brown sugar. That's coming next. The buttermilk. I will have all the ingredients listed below. We have the bourbon coming up. And you could use any brand bourbon. I'm cheap. And this was just for a cake. So hey, I go what's on sale. A quarter cup sour cream, but in the end I end up adding another quarter cup, so like a half a cup sour cream. Then we have sugar. The specs you see is vanilla. I make my homemade vanilla sugar because sometimes I'm a little extra. And then we have the eggs. So let's get this popping. So on this stove right here, we have a pan with 2 sticks of butter, medium heat to low heat. Watch it very carefully to make sure you don't burn it, because this is what we're going to use for the brown butter that we're going to mix with our sugar to get this pound cake started. So if you let it burn, you're going to have burn up butter and it won't be brown butter. And we're looking for brown butter, okay? So exercise the patience and continue to watch this. Now this is me now stirring, and as you can see, it's getting browner and browner. So it could do what it needs to do for this pound cake. So our brown butter is ready. It's ready, and I'm pouring it into a measuring cup. And you're going to make this cool and then put it in your refrigerator so it could get a little solid again. Not too hard. Soft enough that you could put it with the sugars to cream it. So this is exactly what you're looking for, right? So let's go on to the next part. So now we have our brown butter out of the fridge. Perfect consistency. And now we're going to add our brown sugar. And now we're going to also add the white sugar, and we're going to cream this mixture together. Make sure it gets nice and fluffy. You cannot rush this process. When it's nice and fluffy, then you can start adding your other ingredients. And then you're on your way to making this cake. Okay, so patience with everything. If you want your recipes to come out good, sometimes you gotta take your little time. Don't rush this. You see those specks up in there? Man, that brown butter is something else. Not burnt up butter, but brown butter. So let's mix until it gets fluffy. So we're gonna let this KitchenAid do its thing, do its job, and make sure we cream this mixture up to be nice and fluffy. So exercise a little patience. It's about to reach the fluffy stage. As you can see, it's getting there to the consistency that we need before we start adding our other ingredients. So get into that fluffy stage. Now it's at this stage, we're going to start adding our eggs one at a time until we add all 4 eggs. So you add an egg, you let it mix, and then you add another egg until all 4 eggs is in the batter. So now I'm scraping my bowl again. Let's take a minute to appreciate those specks up in there. That's the brown butter, probably some of that little vanilla sugar. Yeah, this is about to be popping. So this is me scraping out the bowl to prepare it now to start putting my dry ingredients, then my wet, then dry, then wet, then dry. I do it in 3 parts with the flour. Okay? Don't get a flour shower. Be careful when you're doing this. So this is now when we're mixing our flour and our buttermilk into the butter sugar mixture. So it's gonna be flour. I would say like a third, and then you put some buttermilk in, and then you put flour, buttermilk, and then you're gonna end with some flour. Okay, and you're gonna continue to mix this, and then you're gonna follow up with the bourbon. And make sure you do not over mix this, because if you over mix this, your cake I go tough and you have nobody to blame but yourself. Do not over mix, okay? You know why nobody talk about you know. Don't over mix. Now I'm putting in the bourbon. You see that brown liquid? That's the bourbon going in to do its thing and let this cake pop off. So this is when I made the decision now to stop the mixer and then mix by hand with a spatula to control like how I mix, because the KitchenAid could be kind of powerful and you could over mix if you're not careful. So I make sure I do this part to get all the flour that's on the bottom of the pan, because nobody no want no tough cake, and if you over mix your cake gonna be hard. Okay, so this is the time that we stop to do this. So we're going to continue to mix until we get all that flour from the bottom of the pan, and then we're going to transfer it to our prepared bundt can with our batter, and you're going to see me kind of making sure it's even in the pan so it could bake up even. So, you know, it's not going to take too long to do this. So soon this will be in the oven and we're closer to getting this pound cake. So I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees, and you're going to see me going back and forth deciding, but this, I put it from 50 to 60 minutes, but it baked in less of the time. So depending on the temperature of your oven, I will go between 40 and 60 minutes and watch it. And now the pound cake is going into the oven. We're going to set the timer, and we're going to wait until this, as I said, keep an eye on it, depending on your oven, 40 to 60 minutes. I think mine was done in like about 45 minutes. Just watch it. So then I decided, I think I want sauce to pour on this pound cake when it comes out of the oven. So on the stove, medium heat, is a stick of butter, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and a 1/4 cup of bourbon. And we're going to mix this and mix it till it's nice and gooey. We're going to take this cake to the next level. Yes, it could have just been a regular brown butter, brown sugar bourbon pound cake, but now we're going to put the sauce on it. So if you don't know, now you know that this right here is going to bring your cake to a whole nother level. I think she is ready. Yes, she is. Bring it out, bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. So now we're going to take it out, and we have to make it cool before we turn it upside down and put it on this pan, because it'll be a whole disaster if it's not cooled properly. Look at that. Don't she look pretty? Don't she look pretty? Yes, ma'am. So this is the sauce, the last minute sauce I decided to do. And I'm going to drizzle it on top. Just look at it glistening. You see that glisten? That is all goodness. It's going to taste so good. Everybody going to ask you to make this pound cake for them. It's going to be a hit at your parties if you follow the recipe like I told you to. See? Brown butter, brown sugar, bourbon pound cake with that bourbon butter sauce on top. Look at that. That's all you need. Tasty Tuesday. That's what I'm calling today. Tasty Tuesday. Look at that. Look at that. So you can make this too. So you know I had to taste this to show you and cut a slice. Look how it looks. Nice and yummy and moist and flavorful. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and in the meantime, between time, keep safe out here, because Rona's still out here trying to take victims. Have a blessed day.